What's going on, everyone? So I'm back working on the Impala, and the goal for this video was to get the car to turn on and do the fuel system, but I'm missing a couple parts to get the car to start right now. But maybe if they come in time, I might be able to start it up on this video. I don't know, but if not, it might just be a quick video on the fuel system. So the first thing I need to do is remove the factory fuel system from the Impala. I'm gonna remove everything, that way I can lay it out on the ground and pretty much show you the way it's ran and what I'm gonna do to modify the system to make it work for what I'm doing. But if you look at that 95 video that I posted a while back, if you want a quick way of doing or adapting a fuel system on your LS swap, using all the factory stuff, check it out. It pretty much just adapts the Corvette fuel filter regulator onto these two lines, and then you run a feed line to the engine, and that's pretty much it. Maybe in total you got like 60-80 bucks depending on how much you get the parts for, and that's pretty much your fuel system for the LS swap. What's in the car, it's all good stuff. I mean, it's all high pressure fuel lines. Even the pump that comes factory in these cars, it will work. You know, it's all high pressure. You don't really need to change it out. The fuel pump in it is more than enough to run an LS engine. If you're doing it stock, that's fine. Now, once you go to adding power, then that's when you could change the fuel pump and upgrade the lines. But if you're doing stock stuff, factory stuff that's in this car, it's more than capable. So what I'm gonna do now is remove all the factory stuff, lay it on the ground, and then show you what I'm gonna be doing to adapt it to work with my car. So I have the fuel system laid out how it is in the car. It looks something like this. You got your fuel pump, you got your feed line, your return line, you got your inline fuel filter, and then up here is where it goes into the engine. You could do this fuel system a couple different ways. I'm gonna show you the way I'm gonna do it, and another way is you can unhook it here from these quick disconnects and then run your two new lines up to the engine with a fuel filter regulator. You could do it that way, but the way I'm gonna do it is completely take the return line out of the picture. So with the return line removed from this factory fuel system, what I'm gonna do is remove the factory fuel filter, replace that with a Corvette style fuel filter because it has a regulator built into it. And then another thing I did was added this quick disconnect adapter to be able to hook this piece up to the factory fuel line right here, and then connect this to the fuel filter, and then make a new return line that goes from the fuel filter to the fuel pump, and then that fixes all this situation. And then I'm gonna go up to the front of the line, unhook it from here, and then make a new feed line that plugs up to here to the engine. And that's pretty much the fuel system for the Impala. There's nothing else special. The factory Corvette style regulator is gonna regulate the pressure. I think the factory setting is like 58 PSI, which is enough to run an LS engine, which it should because this fuel filter runs a LS1, so it should be fine. You can pick up this fuel filter from, well, I got it from my local auto parts store, O'Reilly's, for like 25 bucks. So that's pretty much it with the fuel system. And this is what it looks like semi hooked up right here. That's how it's gonna be. That connects there. And then this piece will go right there. And that's pretty much it. So next thing I'm gonna do is get it in the car, and I'll show you what it looks like all installed. So since I have the gas tank out because I wanted to empty it out and take out the old fuel because this car been sitting for a good while, I'm gonna go ahead and change out the pump. You don't really have to do this step because the factory pump will run an LS engine, but since I have a pump already, I'm gonna just swap it in there. And the one I'm using is a Walbro 255 pump. It might look a little bit different because it's already in the housing. I just had to open it up here and for the little strainer part. So it's pretty much just plug and play, swap it out, plug it up, and the fuel pump part will be done. So let me take that out, put it in there. So I got the fuel pump out. As you can see, when gas sit up for a good while, it does some good damage on stuff and pretty much messed up this whole fuel pump. Everything fell apart and there's trash in there. Luckily, it didn't go all to the gas tank. It's just in the little baffle part. So I'm gonna clean it up real good, and then I'll put the other pump in there. So it's been like 3 weeks since that last clip you just saw of me pulling up the fuel pump. If you saw in that clip, that fuel pump got messed up pretty bad. The gas pretty much destroyed it. So I couldn't use it, so I needed a replacement pump. But then that ended up turning to 3 weeks of trying to locate one, because all my local auto parts stores didn't carry it, or they didn't know when they could get one in. I tried ordering one online, and then they refunded my money because they said it's a nationwide back order, and then Rock Auto didn't carry none. But finally, I was able to locate one. I found this AC Delco one. That's the part number right there. It's pretty much like a half-ass fuel pump because it don't actually come with the pump in it. It's just a replacement piece. But for what I'm gonna do, it works out perfect because I already have the pump. So let me swap it in there. That way I can get it back in the gas tank and pretty much finish up the fuel system. So in order for me to put this pump in there, what I need to do is take this plastic hose off, and then I can slide that in there, put a hose clamp on this rubber hose right here, put the strainer in there, and then it pretty much plugs and play, and that'll be pretty much it. So I got the gas tank installed, and then I mounted up the fuel filter. I got the feed line and the return line that goes to the gas tank, and then it goes to the fuel filter, and then this is the feed that goes to the engine, and it runs all on the side right here. And then show you where it come out on the engine. And then here's my feed line that comes out of there, and then this will get hooked up behind here on the fuel rail. I gotta take the brake booster loose so I can run this line back here, but just to be able to start it up, I'll keep it right there, and then once I get done, I'll run it back there properly like how I want. So with the fuel system being complete, and I was able to get all the fittings I need to be able to start it because I had plenty of time while I was waiting for the fuel pump to arrive, I went ahead and put the air filter on, put some oil in the engine. I got a battery hooked up, and I bled the fuel system, and we got some pressure on there. I did try to start it, but it wouldn't start because of the anti-theft. So I still have to bypass the anti-theft system or the anti-theft relay, which sits under there somewhere, because when you go to start it, it doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna just leave it alone for now, and what I am gonna do is just hot wire the starter up. That way y'all can hear what it sounds like. So with the fuel system being done, I think I'm gonna stop this video here. The next video, it all gonna depend up to y'all if y'all wanna see it. If not, I'll just continue back to what it looks like right now. But I messed up, and when I was putting the engine in, I had unhooked the center link, but I never paid attention to how close it was. And as you can see, it pretty much hits, and there's like an inch right there that needed to go up, but there's no inch right here. So the only thing that means is I have to change this oil pan, and by changing this oil pan, I have to pull the whole engine back out and take everything apart, pull it out, put the oil pan in there, and put everything back together. So y'all tell me if y'all want to see that. If not, I'll just start back right here where we at with the new oil pan and just continue on. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.